Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat. I hope you've all had a really lovely day. Oh, by the way, I will start off by showing you the tiara which I'm wearing, which is amazing. It is the Duchess Augusta tiara. Now, of course, if you don't know, I did mention it in my weekly live chat, but this is what the Cambridge Lovers Knot tiara was modelled on. So Queen Mary saw Duchess Augusta in this beautiful tiara, and she had her replica made. And the original Lover's Knot tiara, I do believe, did have pearls atop, but this is the Duchess Augusta replica, and I love it. So I now have, technically, I suppose, two Lover's Knot tiaras, which is amazing. Right, a little bit of a history lesson over. Let's get into the main thrust of this video. So, what are we talking about today? We will be talking about Meghan's silver elephant hair bracelet, which people of eager eyes have spotted, and I made a video today. If you haven't seen it already, do go and check out that video explaining a little bit about the culture of the bracelet, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. I also want to talk about Prince Charles's Japan visit, which will take place October the 22nd to the 23rd. I'll just tell you briefly in a moment about all that we know so far, although further details are to be announced. And also, Andrew and Sarah have left Balmoral. I want to talk about some of the intricacies around that. There was some talk in the press about them leaving early because of the Duke of Edinburgh turning up. I have some ideas of my own about that, so I want to talk about that. But also, the WESSEX'S are currently up in Balmoral with the Queen. They have been spotted fishing and horse riding, and the Queen too. So there's quite a bit I want to get through, and I want to try and keep this video to under half an hour, round about under half an hour, because I need to go out. It's my visiting day very, very soon. So I want to find the chat room first, and then say hello to everyone, and then we'll jump into all of the stories. And I think we will probably start with Meghan's bracelet. What do you think? Do you think we should start with Meghan's bracelet? I do hope people are getting notifications. I don't think people are, because we only have 21 watching, and that usually means the notifications have not gone out, and I don't know why. But anyway, we will be talking about all of that. So Meghan's bracelet, unless you've been living under a rock today, Meghan revealed herself, basically, in the Sussex Royal Instagram photos, where she just put the picture of her hand, and then she had her stackable rings on, and she had this new bracelet. And some people did a little bit of digging and were asking the questions, what it is, what it means, and although at this point in time, I don't think anyone knows the exact make of the bracelet, so I can't give you a brand, I can't give you a shop as of now of where you can get the bracelet, but if that does come to light, I will of course let you know. But it has been identified as an elephant hair bracelet. Now, traditionally, I did a little bit of research on this for my video. They are traditionally made out of actual elephant hairs. Now, the hairs of what they would have had traditionally are ethically sourced, and I think that is very important to remember. And the reason, how they are ethically sourced is because the elephants scratch themselves. Let me do the elephant scratch dance. They scratch their backsides against a tree or a branch, and their hairs on their tail hairs often come off, or they come loose. So then obviously the people in Africa, local people, would have sourced these hairs from the tree branches, from the tree bark, and then they would have turned them into ethically sourced bracelets. So the problem with that is obviously you don't know, if you're buying one off eBay or whatever it might be, how it's been sourced. We don't know if the animal has been maimed for its hairs or its ivory and skin, whatever it might be. So if you can find one that you actually know is traditionally made, then it's probably ethically sourced. If not, there has been a rise in popularity of wire or some type of precious metal bracelets as an alternative. And this is what it looks like Meghan's is. It looks like a silver version. So wire or silver, it looks like Meghan's is. And it looks like Meghan's is the 2-knot version, because they come in 2, 4 or 6 knots. And if you watch my video, I explain all about the meanings about what the different knots mean. Although I did learn that it's quite rare to find a 6-knot one, because it means all the other meanings of the 2 and the 4 knots, but it kind of looks a little bit ugly, apparently. I haven't seen one. I couldn't find a photograph of a 6-knot one. I didn't have a lot of time to look for them. But anyway, apparently the 6-knot ones are quite rare, so it looks like Meghan's may have been a 2-knot version, I think. And again, we don't know who gave Meghan the brooch, whether it was a gift from locals, it could have been a gift from Harry. I don't know. So we don't know terribly too much about that. So yeah, watch my video. If you haven't seen it, watch my video for information on that. I also want to talk about Prince Charles's Japan visits. Let me just find the information that we do have already, and unfortunately we don't have terribly too much about it yet. I imagine they will release, I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit, I imagine they will release a bit more information closer to the time about the itinerary of what's going to be on there. But basically, the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, will attend the enthronement of Emperor Naruhito of Japan on October the 22nd, following the abdication early this year of his father, Emperor Akito. So obviously, it's a big deal. So the UK is sending Prince Charles to represent the UK. So it was the first time a Japanese ruler has stood down as a ruler of the chrysanthemum throne, the world's oldest continuous hereditary monarchy in more than 200 years. Older than the UK monarchy. Or rather the British monarchy, I should say. Charles is attending at the request of the British government and will be representing the Queen, who no longer undertakes official foreign travel. Well, I think we all know that, and I think we can all understand why. So the visit, it's a 2-day visit from October the 22nd to the 23rd, I do believe. Yes, 22nd to the 23rd. So there will be a day of engagements to celebrate in Tokyo, to celebrate British-Japanese connections on October the 23rd. So he's there for 2 days. It's a really, really quick, short visit, and I'm hoping that we will get the full itinerary soon as to what those UK-Japanese connections actually are. Whilst we're talking about the Queen, I saw that little mini trailer. I hope you saw my video, my reaction to the... I mean, can you even call it a trailer of The Crown, season 3 of The Crown? Can you even call it a trailer? I don't know. It was just almost like a GIF. It was so short. My reaction was like, what? Is that it? Is that it? It looked good. I have to say it looked good. It certainly whet my appetite for a further trailer. I want another trailer. I really want one soon. But yes, it is coming. It is coming. The season 3 of The Crown, and I can't believe it's been 2 whole years. It seems like an absolute age. Let's go to the comment section and see what people are saying so far. Ruxy, yes, glad to see me live. Oh, cookies and cream. I need to investigate the Madame Tussauds story because, yes, something happened where Meghan's waxwork figure in Madame Tussauds has been removed. And I'm not entirely sure of all the facts surrounding that one, so I need to dig a little bit deeper into that one. I think I'll be talking about that maybe in tomorrow's video. Hello to Rhonda, who's just dropped in and can't stay for too long. Right, I'm going to move on because I've got to be quite swift today. My time is precious. Right, Andrew and Sarah have been at Balmoral. We saw this from the Sunday church photographs where Prince Andrew was sat next to the Queen. Now, there's been a little bit of speculation about, well, let's just wind back a bit further actually. So when the Queen officially moved into Balmoral Castle, I predicted that the first family members that we would see since she officially moved in would be the Wessex'S. That was my prediction. It's been that way for a few years, and they normally spend a good 2 weeks up there at Balmoral. So I was quite surprised when we saw Andrew and, of course, Princess Beatrice was there, and we know that that Fergie was there too, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, or rather Sarah, Duchess of York, following divorce. And I think, knowing now that the Wessex'S are up there now... Oh, by the way, yes, the Wessex'S are up there now. I think there was a bit of a change of plan. I think due to all what's going on with Prince Andrew, I think he went up there first and the Wessexes stayed back a little bit. That's what I'm thinking happened. I'm thinking I'm thinking I was right with my gut feeling that it was always going to be the Wessexes up there first as usual. But I think there was a bit of a change of plan, a bit of a switcheroo that went on. And people are talking in the media about Andrew and Sarah leaving early because of Philip going up. Again, I don't think that that's the case. Let's not forget we saw Philip posing amicably with Sarah in the same room as for Eugenie's wedding photographs. So he certainly isn't saying he can't be in the same room as Sarah or anything of that nonsense. I don't think that's true. I do think, however, that on the estate she may not actually stay in the main castle when Philip's there. She may stay on in some kind of lodge or other building on the estate. Maybe we don't know entirely all the ins and outs, but I certainly don't think Andrew and Sarah shifted off early. Sarah in particular shifted off early because of Prince Philip's arrival. And also, I don't believe that Philip made an unplanned early arrival. These things don't just happen early and unplanned. I think Philip would have known that Andrew and Sarah were there. But this is where I think my idea comes in. So I think it should have been the Wessex'S. So maybe Philip stayed behind a little bit. I don't know until. But anyway, I don't think Andrew and Sarah left early. I think they were just there for a few days, just a few days with the Queen. Then I think the Wessex'S arrived later than planned, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing. So I do have some photographs to go through, which I'm hoping that I will find really, really easy. So if you want to, you can see photographs of Prince Andrew leaving Balmoral by private jet. I will pop the pictures in the chat room here. It is a Daily Mail article, I will warn you, so if you do not feel like clicking on it, you do not have to, but they do have all the photographs in one place. So if you want to see those photographs, you can. It's just basically Andrew boarding a plane, and he's kind of like putting a dog, an unknown dog. I don't recognise the breed of dog, but he's putting the dog in the private jet, and then obviously he flies away. Sarah left a day prior to that. Cut forward to today, when we have some new photographs of the Wessex'S and the Queen, which I will post again here. It is another Daily Mail article. By the way, if you're watching this on catch up, which is what I think most people will be today, seeing as YouTube is not sending out any notifications whatsoever, I will pop these links into the description box so you can open them and look at what I'm going to be reacting to. So basically, I think this is a really private family time. I'm not entirely sure how these photographers have managed to get the photographs of the Queen. Let me cough. I still have my head cold. I apologise. So I don't know how these photographers have managed to get photographs. Maybe the royals kind of wandered close to public areas. I don't entirely know. I don't really know how I feel. Well, actually, I do know how I feel. I think it is a bit of an invasion of privacy. However, the photographs do exist. People can see them. They have been published, and therefore, why not react to them? But I could quite easily do without them, if you get my meaning. It's nice to see them in a way, but it's also, I could do without them, if you know what I mean, in terms of their privacy. So the first photograph, we see the Queen on horseback, and it's, she is still riding normally, as you would normally see. And she's accompanied by a groom. Now, forgive me, I'm not a big equestrian. I don't know what type of horse, or whether it's a version of a pony. I'm not entirely sure. It looks kind of like a fairly smallish horse, so I'm thinking maybe pony. But the Queen is riding as you would normally. The way that she's riding totally defies her age. 93 years, what? What is 93 years? Who knows? The Queen is a goddess, as we all know. Then the next photograph, we see Sophie Wessex, Sophie the Countess of Wessex, with James Viscount Seven, their only and eldest son. And I do believe that they were going fly fishing. Again, I've never done that as a sport, so I don't really understand or get it. But I do believe you stand in the stream, and then you cast your line, and you hopefully catch fish. It was apparently a favourite of the Queen Mother. And yeah, it's not understood whether when Meghan and Harry go, which of these sports Meghan will partake in. But maybe she likes fish. She likes eating fish, so maybe she'll try her hand at fly fishing. I don't know. But anyway, they look like they're having a good time there. Again, more pictures of Edward alongside Lady Louise on horseback. So they went horse riding, and another picture above of obviously the fishing that's going on. They're kind of standing on rocks with their wellies and their camouflage trousers, casting off their lines and hoping to catch some fish. Now, it does say, well, it was revealed that the grouse, there is hardly any grouse at Balmoral, and it is caused by the weather. So obviously, I think it's caused by snow and then wet. It means that there's low grouse. So it's believed that there will not be any grouse shooting this year at Balmoral, which may please Meghan, I don't know. But anyway, there won't be because there's not enough of them. But they can do all the other typical hunting pursuits that they would normally on the estate. By the way, it is a 50,000 acre estate, so it's huge, and it does offer all the peace and seclusion that the royals need. Again, it's not understood when Harry and Meghan may go, although I'm thinking perhaps more towards the end of August they might go. We've still yet to see the Cambridges at Balmoral as well, so maybe next week for the Cambridges. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Again, lots more of those types of pictures. The Queen on horseback again. You know, they're kind of quite grainy photographs, so nothing particularly special, but they do show how the royal family do like to relax and unwind on their summer break. There is a lovely photograph, I have to say, of Sophie and James sitting on a bench watching, and that just looks like a lovely relaxed time. Charles and Camilla are also believed to still be up there. They do stay at Burke Hall, which was the Queen Mother's former residence when she was at Balmoral. And then we see a picture of Edward out riding as well, with his kind of half red, half black horse riding helmet, and a rather beautiful looking horse, I have to say, with like kind of sandy coloured hair. Oh my goodness, I want that hair. That horse has better hair than me. It's blonde and it's gorgeous. I want that horse hair. I do. Yes, I could put the horse hair on. It would be amazing. So yes, that's the photographs from there. So I want to go back and see what everyone is saying. Oh, by the way, let me know in the comment section, which of the pursuits at Balmoral would you most like to partake in? And let me know if you think Balmoral is for you or not. Remember, it is very secluded, very isolated. So if you like the hubbub of a city or a town, Balmoral is probably not likely for you. It's also often plagued by midgies, little bitey, flyy midgie things. But it does offer, you can go for hiking, walks, picnics, you can go around the little pleasure gardens, you can do the fishing, all the different hunting, horse riding. There is lots of country pursuits to attend to. There is also the little local village of Ballater, Ballater, which offers, you know, a variety of local shops and pubs and restaurants. So let me know if you think Balmoral would be for you, how long you would like to stay there for. I mean, I think I'd like to stay there for the whole 6 weeks. I would love the isolation, seclusion. I would go for walks and picnics, I think would be my favourite. And I would love to learn to horse ride as well. None of this galloping nonsense. I just want to go for a trot. Yes, I want to go for the trots. That's what I want. What was I saying? I've totally forgotten. My train of thought has gone. Oh yes, how long you would want to stay there for as well. Let me know all these things. I'm going to start right from the bottom and kind of work up a little bit. Kathy Lee says, you'd like everything except the hunting. It's not for everyone. I don't think it would be good for... I don't think I'd like to actually do it. Although I think I'd like to maybe go along and just have a chat. You know me, I'd like to just go for a gossip, to be quite honest. I'd like to just go for the banter, and maybe the picnic after. Yes, no, I could be on food station. I'd be doing the barbecue with the Queen. Yeah, yeah. Leave me to do the washing up with the Queen. Maybe I'll mix a salad. That'll be me. Carolyn says, do the English have the only coronation ceremony? I think Prince Charles is going to an enthronement. I think it was called an enthronement. But no, other countries do have coronations too, if they have a monarchy. Carolyn says, would love Balmoral. Karine says, is that where they are growing the truffles? Sandringham, I think. I think Sandringham was the truffles. I think Prince Philip's, the Duke of Edinburgh's endeavour was at Sandringham. I think. I'm sure it's Sandringham. Yes, truffles, Sandringham, I think. Samantha says, I love Scotland. Went to the Fringe Festival last year. I'd stay at Balmoral for 3 weeks. Oh, I could do the whole 6 weeks. Totally. Stephanie A. Dory, 6 weeks of just peace and seclusion. Ah, yes, definitely. Stephanie A. Dory says, 6 weeks sounds great. I'm there. Well, wishing I was there right now. Me too. Picnicking, yes. Let's go up a little bit. Diane says, what's up? I'm finally able to get the notice on time. Say hello. Well, I'm glad YouTube is finally sending out some notifications. Thank you for your belated birthday. Mwah! Cookies and... Oh no, I've said that I was going to look at the Madame Tussauds story in a little bit more detail because I'm feeling that there's a little bit more than meets the eye to that Madame Tussauds story. I mean, I've been there. I went there a couple of years ago before Harry met Meghan, so there was no Meghan waxwork. But they have a special royal... For anyone that's been there, they have a special royal area. They've got a Queen Victoria, they've got a Princess Diana, they've got all the current royals with the Queen up on one kind of dais area where you can go and have your photograph taken and all that kind of thing. So I don't know where the Harry and Meghan was, and I don't know where they've moved Meghan to, or even if they've taken her down to do maintenance, if she's a very popular exhibit, or whether they're updating it. I really don't know. So I need to do a little bit more digging on that story to be able to give you a proper answer, I think, for that one. Ruxy says, I think I can stay forever there. You think you can stay forever there? Even the Queen doesn't stay there forever. She has to come away at some point. Carolyn says, didn't Queen Victoria live at Balmoral? Yes, she and Prince Albert created Balmoral, so it is very much their creation, and in their time it was decked out completely in tartan curtains, tartan cushions, tartan wallpaper. It was a complete tartan explosion, and the Queen still has some of Queen Victoria's original wallpaper there at Balmoral even today. By the way, I'm hoping that you got all the links that I posted. Like I said, I will post them in the description box later. Evelyn says, they moved the Meghan to the Hollywood area. Really? Oh, I'm not liking that idea. I definitely don't think they should have moved her to the Hollywood area. Maybe they're thinking of having two. Do you think maybe they want two Meghans? One in the Hollywood area, one in the royal area? But I don't think they should have moved her from there to there. I need to investigate that one a little bit further. Kathy G says, they said they put Duchess Meghan with her celebrity friends where she would be more comfortable. They put Harry with the royal family. Yeah, I don't think that's a very good idea, to be honest. Karine says, tartan carpets too. Yes, tartan everything. It was a complete tartan explosion. Constance says, I would love to be there. Sounds wonderful. I would love to go there. I think it offers that peace and seclusion. And I think when Harry and Meghan go, I think Harry, having been used to Balmoral, having gone there every single year, I think he will look at Balmoral with a new appreciation for the peace and security and seclusion that it does offer, seeing as he now has a child which he wants to protect, obviously, from prying eyes and from the world. So I do think that Harry will look at it in an entirely different way to what he's looked at it before. I think he's already always known that it offers and provides all of that, but it's probably not until you have a wife and a child of your own that you really get to appreciate fully what Balmoral offers. And I think William and Catherine appreciate that already. But I think Harry, when he goes there for the first time with Archie and Meghan, I think he will truly appreciate it more. I think he'll truly realise why it's so special. Where are the cats? I think they're out somewhere. They're out being cats somewhere. Cookies and Cream says, what they've done is disheartening. Everyone with email and Twitter, please contact Madame Tussauds. I promise I will investigate it a lot further, and I will dig deeper to see, maybe they've got another Meghan planned. Maybe they might have two Meghans, but I definitely don't think they should have moved her. If it is just that they've literally just moved her to the celebrity section, she is not a celebrity. Madame Tussauds, if that's what you've done, yes, because she is not a celebrity. She is a member of the British royal family and should be with the other royals, in my view. Mary says the Duchess is both celebrity and royal. Well, okay. Do we need to get into this debate? She was a celebrity in the world that she was from and the industry that she was in. But since marrying into the royal family, you are not a celebrity. You're still well known. Of course, you're well known. In fact, you're even more well known being a member of the royal family. But you're not a celebrity. You are a royal, and Meghan should be treated accordingly by Madame Tussauds. Betsy says, hi everyone, have a happy summer vacation. Yes, if you are on holiday, if you're on your summer vacations, enjoy. Enjoy. I'm just going to go up to see if I've missed any comments. No, I've spoken about the Sarah thing. Oh, I have a donation, I do believe. Diane says, thank you for staying positive and keeping us informed with truth about the royal family and especially about the Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan. You are more than welcome, and thank you so much. Let me find my fan. Thank you for your donation. That is very, very kind. Mwah. Thank you so much. Mwah. Right, I am going to have to wrap up this chat really in the next few minutes. Like I said, I wanted to keep this under half an hour today because I do have some family visiting to do. So I'm going to be busy this afternoon and I need to get this video properly uploaded. So if you've got any really quick questions, I am here for the next 2 minutes. So I'm here. Make use of me. It'll be like a quick fire round. Evelyn says, I hope they move her back. She's a royal now. I was horrified. I hope the backlash makes them change it back. If they have, I hope so too. Diane says, amen. She is royal, not a celebrity. I am in with you. Well, I think the main difference between being a royal and being a celebrity to me is that with us being okay, let's take Beyonce. Let's say Beyonce wanted to retire. She technically could. I mean, people would still have interest in her. There'd still probably be Beyonce stories. But pretty much, if you're a celebrity, you can kind of retire and slip into some kind of obscurity. Maybe only surfacing every now and again for little, stories here and there. With being a royal, you are a royal for life. It never goes. Look at Prince Philip, 97, and even though he's retired, he's still a public figure. Look at the Queen, still working at 93. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. There is no escape. Being royal is different. You are elevated from that celebrity status, and you are now royal. Yes, hashtag Kathy G, move the Duchess back. I think that's a good one. Marilyn says, what's my thoughts on Nigel's comments about the royal family? I am perplexed as to why he said them, because he's always been a big supporter of Britain and British traditions, and to me that also includes the royal family. So I was a little bit, I don't know. disgusted about what he said about the Queen Mother. I don't think he should have said what he said about the Queen Mother at all. I mean, that was completely unfounded. In fact, a lot of what he said, you could probably turn back and throw at him, actually. But maybe we'll speak about that at another time. I'm running out of time very, very quickly. And that needs a bit more attention, I think. Karine says, if that is why they moved her, then that was a statement from them, not a nice one. Yes, I agree. And like I say, I need to look into that a little bit further. Right, I'm going to wrap this up. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending this half an hour with me. We have covered quite a bit of ground. And of course, if anything new develops, I will let you know. And there are a few things I need to look into for tomorrow's chat. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me in Shropshire, mwah, to you all, and goodbye.